Okay, we are at the Israel Museum in Jerusalem. This is a huge model of what the city of Jerusalem would have looked like in 66 AD. So certainly the time that Jesus walked the earth, right before the Romans destroyed it. Just to give you an idea of the scale, you're seeing the city walls all around there. That's the entire city of Jerusalem, what it would look like in Jesus' day. And so you can see how big that temple actually was as a city structure. You can see how the Jews kind of looked at it, almost worshipped it, idolized it, I guess would be a better word. The angle that I'm taking this video from would be like you were standing on the Mount of Olives looking over the city of Jerusalem. You remember when Jesus on Palm Sunday, he came down the Mount of Olives and he stopped and he looked at the hundreds of thousands of people flocking to the temple, and he cried for a moment and he wept over the city, and he predicted its destruction, said that not one stone will lay upon another stone because you didn't recognize the time of the Lord's coming. So while Jesus was actually on the Mount of Olives entering into the city, hundreds of thousands of people were making their way into the temple to worship God there. They didn't realize that God was actually entering into the city, and so they didn't recognize the time of Christ coming. So you can, if I zoom in over here on the north side, that's part of Mount Moriah. Mount Moriah is the whole temple the whole mountain that the temple was built on. But if you zoom in here, that's around that area there is the Garden Tomb where we were at. Showed that Jesus might be crucified on and buried. The western wall today would be in the opposite end because we're looking at the eastern side. That gate right there is known as the Eastern Gate, the Golden Gate. It was forbidden from anybody to enter except for God, and that's why there was such a ruckus on Palm Sunday when Jesus entered into that gate, and they wanted to kill him because he was pronouncing himself as being God by entering into that gate. That was the only gate that entered right into the actual temple. You see the temple shares part of the city wall on the eastern side, and that's the only gate you can enter into directly into the temple, so it was forbidden. So I love this diagram. It's probably 150 feet wide, but it gives you a good idea. So I just want to share this with you.